agenda. Any additions or corrections?
I don't have any.
Motion. Motion and support to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. June 28, 2022 minutes. Everybody get a chance to look at those? Motion to approve. Support. And support. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We don't have time for ambulance garage.
I thought Sandy was gonna be here.
She was here.
Yeah, but she got another bid for garage doors that were cheaper.
I've seen her. Actually, I think she might have a call.
Call, that could be very well.
Wellness group, she got up with that, so I'm assuming that's what happened. Consider updating county's comprehensive land use. So you keep.
Comprehensive plan.
It can be. Okay, then it will be.
Sure, and looking at some of the issues that have come up recently from the questions about zoning, one of the things that I wanted to refer to was if we're going to change the zoning or modify use, what is the comprehensive plan? And our comprehensive plan is from 1998. So it predates the realignment of Iowa 60 and lots of other things, and probably doesn't reflect the goals and directions of the board at this time. So my recommendation would be that we probably need to update our comprehensive plan, especially for taking into account Iowa 60 and some of the economic development potential along that corridor and the tech park up off of Highway 9 and things like that. Rochelle did reach out to Northwest Iowa Planning and got a quote. Seems fairly reasonable to me. It's a lengthy process, probably half a year or more of various drafts and public meetings, but I think it's time we do something like that.
I think you might be right.
Do you remember what the quote was, Rochelle?
18,000. And it said it should take, the planning and zoning to review and take up to 9 months, I think they said. Yeah, it probably can take about 9 months to complete.
That's probably something we need to do too. Any other questions or comments? Can you motion that? Is that a motion, Mike? I would think it's a motion.
I don't have an agreement, I just might go forward on this.
I think it's within the scope of what Northwest Iowa Planning can do for us and probably a task force. It is.
I have a motion, I support.
Support.
Motion and support to updating the county's comprehensive land use plan. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I think that's better. We got enough, how many people we got in here? Craig, why don't you start? All right.
I got a personal invitation to come, so it's out of there.
Yeah. Scott is sleeping. Come on. set it up.
I'm here for it. That's all good.
All right. Becky?
Well, we finished our year end and I guess we're getting ready for the tax bill to come back around. We've been too busy in our office to stay caught up on state drainage and just different trainings and stuff, so.
Keith?
Thank you. So, a lot of the construction projects are underway that we've been undertaking. We have completed the L36 down in Ashton, the culvert, the 10x5 box, and a adjacent 24-inch pipe. We've got temporary patches on the road. We'll have a lot of temporary patches around the county, and then we'll deal with them in the fall. We've now moved over to A22 as we leave Sibley. We've got a couple of pipes excavated, retied, and reset, gearing up for next year's asphalt paving project to have those done. We will not have any closures next week, though, during the fair. We will pull off and work elsewhere, probably doing driveways and things like that. The salt shed at the Sibley Maintenance Yard has been demolished. We had a wall that was about to blow out. We do have a design for a replacement structure, which was part of the FY23 budget. We do have a permit from the city of Sibley for that structure as well. We're having trouble getting replies on quotes at this point. We're going to broaden our search. It did not require a hard bid or competitive quotes, so we are using competitive quotes nonetheless. So hopefully widening the search will find other contractors. Otherwise, we may have to wait till spring for that construction. We have the quotes in for the pup trailer, which was also part of the FY23 budget. Both quotes are within budget, so we'll be pursuing the lower quote. We'll be seeing that in the future. The engineering technician position, Brian Waterston's backfill. We're reviewing the job description. He's the first one to actually perform that service, so he's going through the job description of what works and what didn't work, and then we'll be opening that position up for advertising.
Stephanie?
Morning. The housing assessment reports are now in the hands of the committees that participated in Sibley, Ashton, and Uncheapen. Just waiting to meet with those groups again before they are discussed at council, because each city can decide how to spend a $10,000 grant. Just looking to kind of keep pushing for those tasks and things that we talked about doing, because there are grants that are out there, so just it's going to be an ongoing thing. There's some new state grants that are very kind of, if you can make it fit, apply through the Empower Rural Iowa. So I've been trying to get the word out on that. Anyone can apply. I've sent it to the schools. I mean, businesses can apply. It's all about collaboration and trying to find solutions to rural challenges. So you probably make about anything fit in that. So there's a couple webinars this morning I'm going to try to juggle. Tourism brochure is done, just at the printers to get it looking jazzy. So worked through Merrick on that, took a lot longer, but looking forward to getting that out. I did touch base with all the welcome centers across the state, and one of them said, yeah, we're getting a lot of interest, and people asking about the High Point, so, you know, making sure the Hawkeye Point ones get down there too. But, you know, Travel Iowa is rejigging a lot of their tools. You know, I try to get a lot of this stuff happening in summer on the state website, because there's a lot of people, you know, really doing smaller trips still and trying to avoid flying. So hopefully, you know, that means more people are spending some money here. Getting more people getting their grant projects done. You know, we find out at the end of August how much we get from the state. So always trying to push people to, you know, you're at the mercy of a lot of the workers to do the projects. But, you know, I know there's a lot of great things. I know, like, your town hall looks amazing. Yeah. Got a scrub last weekend. So, you know, those kind of projects that that the foundation helps are just, it's great to see them, but this is the time of year where they're getting done, so a lot more paperwork coming in the office, so lots of juggling as usual.
Michelle, it's up to you.
Gantry's working on tax statement. Last week Friday, we sent out all the DD joint 3 notices to all the landowners, and it'll be in the paper this week. I found out on Friday that we have to have a special election for HMS School District on September 13th. And I have to have it because I have over 125 registered voters in that school district. So I'm going to combine the precincts and have it in Melbourne. Ashton Precinct, we have 8 people that can vote. Main City, I have 150-some people can vote, and Melvin is 200-some, so I'm just gonna have it all in Melvin. We also are having a statewide, Secretary of State's office is doing a statewide election training in Cherokee on August 4th. So, it's from 12 until 3:30, so I was gonna close the office from 11 to 4:30 that day. We can all attend that training, unless one of the supervisors wanna run with my office at all time. So since it's in Cherokee, and I just feel this legit election, all law changes, that we all need to be there, to know what's going on, so. August 4, September 13th is the election. So, what?
Can't get in the building right now,
Okay. That's and then for that joint 3 meeting at Harris is that building, we can use that, so that's all good.
What day was that again?
August 9th at 1 o'clock is that public hearing over in Harris. And the county, or the, drainage training will be with Brian Young. We did both of those, last week, so.
When was that?
1 o'clock. One thing in the notices that ISG did is they had a spreadsheet to know if we went with what option, how much it would cost the landowners. I thought that was good because you don't know how it's gonna affect you until.
You gotta write the check.
Yeah, so I thought that was a good idea. We haven't heard anything on that.
Anybody else got anything?
When did they make the, conversion over there at the recorder's office?
I don't know.
Gotta be elected first.
Just to be appointed. I thought that they were making that transition before we started the next fiscal year.
I figured it was just gonna be when she was elected, that's what it was transferred.
We'd appointed, then there'd be no point waiting until September.
That's right. All right, nobody else has anything? I think, Jason, did you bring the donuts today?
It was my turn. Friendly reminder from Michelle. Probably necessary.
Craig, and if it really makes your day, you can have 2.
Yeah.
Then we talk.
You'll get 2, won't you?
If you want my 11-year-old disappointed there weren't any left.
My problem.
Good answer. Thanks, everybody. This is considered disaster recovery plans? Is that something?
Yeah, we talked about this a while ago, about having something offsite if we ever had a disaster that we could have access to within a couple days. We talked about our budget time, I had $18,000 budgeted, and it looks like we would pay $8,400. And if we pay the $8,400 up front, then we get a 5% discount, so. It's just one of those things that if we ever had a disaster, we could easily we could be up and running within 2 days versus weeks if we don't have it.
It's foolish not to do it.
I don't know.
Well, it's just not for me, it's for everybody in the courthouse. To be less stress on all of us. Hopefully this never happens and we don't have to worry about it, but it's kind of that day and age where we're at here.
Any other questions, comments?
And it would get it right from Premier.
Motion to receive the 3-year commitment at the rate.
We have a motion.
Annual payment.
And Mike supports it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. 9 o'clock.
I used to have something with two without my name on either.
Discuss potential development of Old Cedar Cabin property. Well, we had our city council meeting last night, and, we decided that it's more beneficial to us to go ahead with this project than to not, but, if we had some concerns, and I just talked with the engineer, we didn't know if the property that we wanted to exchange would work for him, and, it seems like it may. And the other concern is parking. We get, it sounds like it's gonna be a pretty good sized facility. And, we just really don't want people parking out on Oak Hill or on, what was that, L36, A34, leading into the highway. So that would be one issue that would have to be, taken care of. We kinda came up with a couple options. We do have that, where across the street, where we're gonna be filling that area in, there's still quite a bit of land that you can put quite a few cars over there, and then there's also, the county park down the street, if they wanted to run like a little, trail or ramp there, that they could possibly park down there by the Freedom Rock and park in that area. But otherwise, that was our biggest concern, was, we didn't wanna create a situation with parking. And I think that's something we have to address with the gentleman that wants to develop.
The building is gonna be pretty sizable, what you say?
From what I understand, it's gonna
90
be a
by-
pretty good sized building, and it's, gonna be, facilitated for, a dance area or family get-togethers and so forth. So it's gonna be a nice, well-insulated building. I think it'll be a steel building on the outside. That's, there's houses being built that way now, so that's really kind of not an issue for us.
Sounds like they're gonna spend a pretty good chunk of money on it.
That's kind of, I think they're more than ready to spend it too, so.
I talked with Keith too, and Keith thought it was okay for a swap, and I actually looked at it last night too, so.
Yes, the property ends up being about a half acre usable, which is physically plenty for what we would use. We would, as an outlying maintenance area, we would use a structure similar to what we have in Bay City, which is a 40 by 60 garage, and then a fuel tank, and then there'd be other area on the site. As Nolan kind of mentioned before, you don't necessarily have to be exactly dollar for dollar in value, but we are talking a smaller site with less access than what was there, so that may enter into a negotiation. The other thing that, about the access is, because it's now a dead-end street, we would be going back up through somewhat residential area to get back to A34, L36. However, prior to Iowa 60, that was a farm-to-market road, and those residents did experience that type of traffic back in the day. They just had a good many years of it not being there. So what is out there now is, the water side, the water campus, you're talking pickup trucks checking on their things, and then if they actually have a maintenance project, some equipment, we're talking about our equipment daily going through there, so.
But that's not like it's gonna be constant back and forth,
Out in the
and
morning,
right now, where your
and in the
city,
afternoon.
where your building is now, is right in the
All
heart of the
residential.
city, and it goes past residential, so that really is not an issue.
What is the location of this lot, or what is
What's that?
what is the lot, or where is the lot?
It's out on Old Oak Hill, it's just south of, it's right across the street from East Second Street, basically, a little south of East Second Street, on Oak Hill. And the tank and everything will be raised, that'll be a bare
fair area. But, as of last night, we found out that the new tank is, backlogged for another 3 months from what it's supposed to be, and it's just, you know, will the project, it was supposed to be done November, 11th was their final day. And that'll be real iffy if that comes to pass. I don't know if you're looking at building anything soon,
Fair enough.
so, because that tank and everything will not be taken down until the other one is up and it's made sure that it works, you know.
We don't have anything in this fiscal year that would entail a new building.
So I guess if you guys are willing to, have your public hearing and do the, transfer, I've got to go ahead from the city council to go that route. So,
And Keith's happy, I'm happy.
Physically make the property work without a problem.
Good.
Yeah, last night too. The only issue would be is what you said, it's a dead end road that he's gonna have to go back to, but that's not a big issue.
Good.
So I guess now is, you gotta have a public hearing. I know I'm gonna get a phone call, or Stephanie will probably take care of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Nolan was here, he probably could give some insight into the process, you know, but I know, I talked to
I know he's very anxious, man, and he's going, what do you mean I gotta have this and I gotta have that? He wants to get going, that when I first showed him that area of a potential thing, he had his checkbook with him that day. So, it's kinda interesting, yeah.
Do you know what size of building they're actually talking about?
Maybe Stephanie knows more than that, but I thought it was in the, like, the 60 by 120 or something.
Yeah, I don't have that
It was
note.
a good
I
size
talked to him a
building.
while ago of a different site, and, you know, I knew,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it was
think
gonna
that-
be quality, but I don't remember the size, so, but I think he was waiting on, yeah.
It was a pretty good sized building too.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
You know, good sized building, and, I mean, according to him, the existing buildings in the area aren't large enough, so you're gonna have to have a larger building than what some of these other dance halls or, meeting places are, so I'm kinda going by that, I guess. I wish I had more details, but it's, I don't have to give you.
It's all happened kind of quick.
So, yeah, we'll chat with Nolan and find out the process and how, but actually, once you guys give the go-ahead, then try to make it happen.
So just let me know if I have to come to another meeting to sign anything or do anything, and, I'll try to be here.
So, any other questions or comments? We don't need to take any formal action today. Michelle, or?
Well, I think maybe we should have a motion just to, that you
Proceed?
proceed with this, and that's in our, decide.
Proceed with the land swap, facilitate development and action.
Motion and support, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you all for your time, and, let's hope it all works out for the best.
Thank you.
Talk soon. Thanks, Patrick.
I guess we could discuss vendor approval, is that the next one, or what's?
It's just an annual thing that, we usually in the past, we post something on the bulletin board and we have a, notice in the paper, it's just, employees, you know, get in like vendors, kind of like Boston with Jason, and West with Ireland, and Sibley Sheet Metal, and John Smith, and it's just so we don't get written up in the audit. Is basically what that is. So I just need to know if the board wants me to put the ad in the paper like we've had in the past and post it downstairs, and
I think you should.
Yep.
I just need a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve the memo, just approval. Second? Support. And support, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Approve cooperative energy company class C care permit.
Is it annual thing for them?
Approval. Motion. Support.
Second.
And support. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. We have time to approve all these resolutions? Probably.
It's just what we talked about the last time.
Yeah.
Those resolutions will just, with each assessment, will have a $2,000 balance in each one of the drainage funds, so.
We can approve them all in one motion.
We might have to do two,
Okay.
or they all have to be
All four?
separate, yeah, they're all
All right.
resolutions.
Make a motion on resolution number one.
Resolution one. Support. Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Schulte? Aye. Mr. Randall? Aye. Mr. Moore? Aye. Mr. Helmer votes aye. Motion carried.
Motion on number two.
Or,
Motion and support. Number two. Mr. Schulte? Aye. Mr. Jones?
aye.
Mr. Moore? Aye. Mr. Randall? Aye. And Mr. Helmer votes aye. Motion carried. Motion on number three. Support that. And support. Mr. Moore? Aye. Mr. Randall? Aye. Mr. Schulte? Aye. Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Helmer votes aye. Motion carried.
And this one here is just appointing Keith as our floodplain coordinator. It's
Got
resolution
number
number
four
4.
yet?
Yeah.
That's what intent of national flood insurance.
Yeah, that's appointing Keith, should be on the backside of resolution. Just appointing Keith to the floodplain administrator. Make it formal.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion and support. Mr. Randall? Aye. Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Schulte? Aye. Mr. Moore? Aye. Mr. Helmer votes aye. Close enough. 9:15. MBM Palace discussion.
So I'll just kick off. So, just following up from our last meeting, the MOU has been signed. I know there's just been, so Rochelle and I spoke with John Danos on Friday to talk timings with everything. So July 26th will be when the public hearing will be set. So August 23rd, I believe, will be the day that hopefully, all going to plan, we will have these agreements ready to be approved. Because there's been a couple conversations that have come up, Brett offered to come in and just, discuss the pond, waterway, and if there were any other questions that you had, so when we get through these agreements, that, there's a good understanding of how he's planning to proceed out there, so I'll let Brett.
Yeah, so, I don't know if there's any questions on the waterway. Right now, our pond that we're gonna dig for fill dirt for the road and the building pad is gonna sit in that southwest corner. It won't, we did talk with the dirt guy last night, it won't obstruct the waterway at all. It'll sit just to the north of the waterway.
Efficient.
As far as the burning, our plan is to not have to burn. That's kind of a good reason for us going out there. We're gonna have the room to stockpile and have a grinder come in. That's how we're gonna heat our buildings with our scrap. We've got planned to order burn boxes is what they're called. They'll go to a forced air furnace inside. So we use a lot of scrap in the fall and winter and spring to heat the building.
Anything else?
No, I mean, it was, you know, there's a few things that have popped up, and just figured it was easier to get Brett to come in, and that way, when we work through the pieces of the development agreement, you know, there's nothing else lingering that, you know, is a concern. I know Brett wants to get going as soon as possible, and hopefully August 23rd, you know, we'll have time, to work through those agreements, and hopefully be able to get it done on the 23rd of August, so. There's nothing else great. I just figured it'd be simpler to
Anybody have any other
speak
questions?
directly, if you had questions. Okay, easy then.
All concerning
Oh,
the use of the land, but it's zone industrial, this is consistent with what it was designed for, just because the other buildings haven't really been operating in that manner, doesn't mean that we should hold up something consistent with it, so that's the only comment I received to add towards it.
Okay.
Great.
Nobody else has got anything? Well, thanks for coming in.
thanks, guys. I'll reach out if there's any development, but those are the dates.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
First reading of ordinance, did we do that?
No.
No, we didn't do that. First reading of ordinance number 59, Flood Plain Management. I was just gonna say, I guarantee I'm to you guys. Are you sure? Michelle?
He worked on it, he worked with the DNR to make a couple changes on it, and the process we have to go through to get it approved.
It's a state model ordinance. So it's what pretty much every community will be using.
It will affect Main City the most, right?
Yes, based on the flood insurance rate map that was created for this county, May City is the community that we have the most concentration of people that will be affected by this.
So you motion to accept this?
Yeah, we have to have a public hearing on it as well. So, you guys go through the motion, you have to have the first reading, and then you guys have to set public hearing date and time for it. You want me to? You want me in the picture? No. I can't get you.
First reading ordinance 59.
We have a motion for ordinance 59. Support. And I have support. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Review quarterly reports.
Yep, you guys, we have a couple options here. The publication date is 4/20, so we could have it as earliest as the 26th of July, or we could wait until August 9th. And they'll publish it next week, might not give people enough time to, I don't know what would be best. I could have it in the paper next week on the 20th, in 4 days, the 26th, you could have the second reading of it. Or we could wait it out and do it on the 9th of August, if somebody has, you have to decide.
Probably wait, no, there's not.
It's 4/20 are my publication dates, so we're gonna have to decide.
Any time would be good, my only objection would be that I won't be available on the 9th, so I schedule anything times that I can't figure it out.
To me, it doesn't make any difference.
I just didn't know with Main City and stuff, I didn't know how that was gonna be. I really think that, I don't know.
What's your guys' wishes? Good, I'll argue with you, say the 26th. I really don't care.
is fine.
Okay, and then at 9 o'clock works for everybody,
Yeah, that'll give you time for, beach.
and then the other few times.
Sure.
And then I also need to know, are you guys gonna have a third reading, or are you gonna wanna waive that on the 9th of August?
I'd say we,
Yes, thoughts, I'd say leave it to,
I'd suggest having it on the agenda, and if there's money that comes up, you would have to do it, if you had the opportunity.
I can look that up.
Okay.
all right.
So I need a motion on that.
I have a motion.
It's a motion for the hearing.
Oh, okay. You want a second, Leroy, then? I think there is a motion.
I have a motion and support, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Now, quarterly reports.
Here's the recorders and. I'm gonna give you these are the letters. Okay. So when I forget to give it to you.
That's just for information. Everybody's done, the claims.
What did you have to have inspected for asbestos? 290 Pierce. Two bridges. Oh, bridges?
Yeah, okay, yeah, they have, federal funding in them. Okay, they have to have, asbestos compliant.
That car insurance don't get such a office for the whole year.
So what?
This car insurance don't get such a office for the whole year. But they're not, are they on their own policy?
No, they're on ours.
They're on ours?
Yeah, but we just, Bill splits it out for garbage department.
Just 1 hour.
And admin fees are included in that as well.
Which one?
Wilson 15 and 27.
That's Jason.
Yep.
Don't they have the utility shop, what's on for out here?
I don't know if that's part of, I don't know for sure.
I don't know whether it's still out alone.
Is that all one meter?
Yeah, it might be all in
Well,
here,
there
but,
should be,
uh,
there should be.
there's for the light, there's 2 different lights there though, one for the house and then one for the Quonset.
I'm sure.
Should be separate.
I would think that every stuff shut off for those. I don't know,
I figured it was,
How much was that, Dave?
$63. It just says contract 20 hours.
I didn't know they had a light there. Exactly.
Just a long light or something?
Or, I, what they have. I'm not for sure when that's taking, moving out.
Well, that's conservation's house, so that's a conservation bill. That shouldn't be in our claims.
Motion and support, claims. All those in favor? Opposed? So, motion carried.
I don't think you better do engineer. This is Keith Brown, this is our auditor, Dave Noble. You'll need him more from October, November.
They, got to start doing something. Yeah. Daily. They had the county. Export, the built in there. They had to tear all the sheet up and. So I don't know what the schedule is. Yeah, I got it. That's what I